Hello, my name is Melanie, and I work in the church office at Fremont. Today's story is about Joseph's brothers. We can find it in the book of Genesis, chapters 41 through 46. And here are some Bible verses that go along with our story. Whoever loves has been born of God and knows God. In this, the love of God was made manifest among us, that God sent his only Son into the world so that we might live through him. That's from 1 John chapter 4, verses 7 and 9. Okay, here's our story. Pharaoh made Joseph the leader in charge of saving food in Egypt during the 7 good years. Joseph stored up so much grain that it could not be measured. During that time, Joseph married and he had 2 sons. Then the 7 years of famine came. The famine was bad everywhere, not just in Egypt. Joseph's brothers and his father Jacob didn't have enough food for their families. So Jacob sent his sons to Egypt to get food, but he kept his youngest son, Benjamin, at home with him. Joseph saw his brothers come to buy food, but they didn't recognize him. Then they bowed down to Joseph, just like in his dream from long ago. Joseph had every reason to be angry with his brothers. Because of them, he had suffered as a slave and as a prisoner. When his brothers came to Egypt, Joseph pretended his brothers were spies and he put them in prison. 3 days later, Joseph released all of his brothers but one, Simeon. He gave them food for their families and told them to come back to Egypt with their youngest brother. Otherwise, Simeon would stay in prison. Joseph's brothers returned with Benjamin, and Joseph cried at the sight of his little brother. Then Joseph told them who he really was. Joseph forgave his brothers for all the evil they had done. He gave them food and a place to live. He loved them. Later, Joseph told his brothers, "You meant evil against me, but God meant it for good, to bring it about that many people should be kept alive as they are today." That's from Genesis 50, verse 20. God had a good purpose, even for the bad things that happened to Joseph. Okay, that's the end of our story today. So let's think. Why do you think Joseph forgave and rescued his brothers, even though they had done bad things? Have you ever forgiven someone? Okay, that's our story for today. Thank you. Bye.